That looks pretty damn good. Hi, I'm Mike.
I'm Don.
And this is the International Space Station.
Science Garage. This episode is about fixing your barbecue. I mean, what is this? I mean, we're working on your barbecue. What happened to your barbecue?
It wasn't working.
Okay.
And so Don, you know, we live.
You had a problem with gas.
I had a problem with. We had yes, and it's a gas barbecue. Then was having trouble with. It just wasn't working that well. And so, like many things that break in my house, I called Don to help me out because Don's very handy. And
so
you helped me out with the
we
with the barbecue.
The long and short of taking the valve apart and looking at the hoses and fittings and stuff, we couldn't really find anything wrong with it. But
that's the problem when you have
it has to be something.
So we think we think it's somewhere in the gas line or something, and so it's a bigger project than we expected.
Yeah.
But you seem very comfortable working on the barbecue, and I was wondering, did anything when I tweeted this, and people would ask me, well, you know, how did you prepare to do this? And was there anything in your space background that helped you with because you were really good at troubleshooting that barbecue?
We have this experiment. It's like a space barbecue. But
space barbecue.
It's a fancy one.
You don't cook on it though.
No, we don't cook on
All
it.
right.
But we cook pieces of solid flammable material.
Aha.
So this falls under the category of a combustion experiment. This is science.
Science,
in
yeah,
space.
absolutely.
And so we are learning about how solids burn in air. And so we'll have a little piece of plastic, happens to be polymethyl methacrylate. Say that really fast 3 times. It's hard to do. So polymethyl methacrylate. And
you're not making that up, are you?
No. That's the real name.
All right.
And so we have a little piece of this, and then we have air blowing on it. So it's forced convection. That means you're blowing on it. Mm-hmm. And then you ignite it, and this thing just goes to town in terms of combustion. It spits out all kinds of little flammable sparks, mm-hmm. and flames go all over, but it makes a spherical flame.
Mm-hmm. Because, okay, so there's a couple things here. One is you said that it's forced combustion,
yeah.
right? Oh, and why do you need forced combustion?
Well, because a flame will extinguish itself, because it will consume the air around it. It'll consume the oxygen in the air around it. And there's no convection, there's no buoyancy-driven convection from gravity, so it can't get new oxygen going to it, and it consumes all the oxygen in its vicinity because the reaction rate for combustion is fast, and then the flame goes out.
So theoretically, if you had a flame an open flame in space, it would go out.
That's right.
Because it doesn't have any convection.
But you fan the fire, which we know, you fan the fire, mm-hmm. and it burns. You fan the fire in space, and it burns really, really well.
But on Earth, that wouldn't work because gravity will keep it going.
Yeah, gravity fans the fire automatically. I mean, everybody knows heat rises. When heat rises, cold air comes in underneath, mm-hmm. and now all of this is complements of gravity.
So why were you doing this in space? Why did you care?
Because
you generally don't want fire.
Well, there's a couple of things about the fire. One, our whole society is based on fire. I mean, we burn coal to make electricity. All our automobiles, all the engines of our society use fire to work. And so it behooves us, that's a big word.
Behoove.
To understand more about how the fire works. So we do it for fundamental combustion reasons, mm-hmm. okay? And then practical reasons for if you had a fire on space station, what could you do to put the fire out?
What could you do?
You turn the fan off.
Turn the fan off.
Turn the fan off. And so we teach our kids, if you catch on fire, what do our kids say? You stop, drop, and roll. Okay. So
remember that, kids.
So what do you do?
But don't catch on fire.
What do you do?
The best thing to do is avoid catching on fire.
Yeah, you don't want to catch on fire.
Don't catch on fire.
So what do you do if you're in space and you catch on fire?
Stop. There's no dropping really.
There's no drop.
Because you can't.
And you don't want to roll.
Can't roll. It's not. Yeah, it's going to make it worse, I think, in space.
So it's just stop. It's
stop.
real easy.
Just stop.
Stop.
Stop everything. Stop. Turn off the fan. That's it.
That's it.
All right.
I'm gonna
take our barbecue very serious in Texas.